welcome. Today you're watching Kitli and I'm Kitli, your book reviewer. So today we are going to not talk about any such review of book, but we are going to talk about one of my favorite author, that is Paulo Coelho. Yes, Paulo Coelho, I know this. Most of the people do not like his work because they feel it is some sort of self-help book or something like that. But honestly, I just love the stories he says and everything. I'm just obsessed by his work. So let's just start talking about the 6 most favorite book of mine by him. So let's just talk about the books that I have read by him so far. And honestly, I love each of them. First, Adultery. Yes, first I know Adultery is not the first book you read by him. Of course not, but I did. And honestly, I do not even regret that decision of mine. I read it about 3 years ago, and that's the first book I read when I was in first year. And honestly, my exams were like a day after, and I was praying to God, cancel the exam so that I can read and finish this book. This book was that damn good. I do not really see people talking about this book. They are mostly about the Alchemist or the Witch of Portobello or other books. I never really find much people who absolutely love this book. And honestly, if you are one of them, we can be friends. I absolutely love this book. First, this is a woman. I won't say this is a total midlife crisis because she is in her 30 and midlife crisis generally been counted over 40 and all, but yes, she is suffering from midlife crisis. People to people it vary, who am I to judge? So that's like that. She, and eventually in this time, she gets bored of her daily life where she is a journalist, she works like that, she has a family, a husband, and she isn't very fond of her life and she wants to get a better life. Yes, and that's when she went out and searched for a good life. And what she found? Her ex-lover, who is now in terms of a minister over there, and they both get involved in a sort of way. But he also married, she's also married with kids. They do not want their spouses to know about this affair, and she was falling in love with this man. And at the same time, she wasn't really sure why do want to live this perfect marriage. Why she want to live these 2 beautiful kids of hers. Why she want to leave this husband. She is in a total torment. But again, she was in love with her ex-lover, and things goes like that. She goes on a full discovery journey with, okay, this time she do not goes anywhere. When I'm saying this, you will know. She not goes anywhere, but she lives this life and kind of discovers that yes, she indeed was in a very perfect marriage with very perfect family, and at the end she really comes back, and when that ends, well, everything goes well, isn't it? So that's how the story ends. I absolutely loved this book. But how, even though she wasn't sure about her marriage, she goes out, explore, and she decides that yes, that is the life she wants. And the best part, if you ask me, would be the one when she goes for a parachute jumping with her husband, and that was beautifully described in the book. And who am I to talk about Paulo Coelho's writing? You all know that what a great writer he is, and trust me, that was the first book I read, and I would recommend it. If you haven't read it, go ahead, read it. Second book we will talk about is The Witch of Portobello, where a woman who finds out at a very young age is orphan and has been adopted by her then, or current parents, and she wanted to discover her life. She really wanted to find the roots of her life, and by that time she was already married to a man and divorced. She had a child, she cannot leave that child, and different contradiction, but yet she goes out of her easy suitable life and searches for her roots. She went out, she find many things, search many things, and through the journey she becomes the witch. This is not a voodoo witch, this is not a scary witch. She is a witch that tells in the life, an absolutely adorable witch, I would say. She had this power which she always goes in trance while dancing in a music, and that has been given by one of the landlords while she was living in rent with her son. And that's how the story goes on. But there is a beautiful twist at the end which is perfect, and I would say read this book, because the journey we read in the Paulo Coelho books is absolute. You cannot ever leave them. Each of them are beautifully crafted by him. He's make them all feel really real, if that's a thing. Yes, he really do that, and I absolutely love this book, and I would recommend this again. Why not? Next is on the same, where is Brida. Brida is about another young girl who finds out she has abilities. Okay, again, she do not have abilities like Harry Potter or some other, not something like that. This is some more like a spiritual power she has, a spiritual power which she can feel. So she wanted to enhance this power when he made a Wiccan witch. I think I'm just confusing my head. If I'm wrong, please do correct me. She made a Wiccan and gets to know about the aura of the people. She learns them, she practices things, and comes to know about the concept of soulmates, how souls get broken and souls get broken into pieces. Not more than can be more than two also. That's the learning we get here. Again, this is another beautiful journey of a girl from being ordinary to be extraordinary in her own way, which is beautiful. Here, I don't tell you that I won't say I'm personally inspired, because first thing, if you are witch, you would have attached to your love. I don't. I am a human. I am of no use, so no, I am not quite inspired like that. Go out in the wood, but this book is such a beautiful read, and honestly, I would read it again. Only once I finish my TBRs, I will. And next book of my list that I have read so far is The Spy. Yes, again another book is quite not liked by most of the fans. I don't know why, that's their personal choices, but I absolutely love the book. Why? Okay, first thing first, there is a real life story of a woman, Mata Hari. You can read the whole review in my blog. I will give the link in the description below. You go and check it. I have done a thorough review on that. I won't be saying much, but this is a real life story. Here Paulo Coelho do not really makes up a fictional character and let it go. No, he actually writes about a fictional story. Yes, if you read it as a historical fiction, you won't be getting much of events that happened during that time. No, but this is actually a personal it won't be really an autobiography, but semi-autobiography, that's the thing. Yeah, here we learn about Mata Hari, how she became from a normal timid girl being raped by her teacher to become the greatest exotic dancer and then being executed as double agent. Okay, if these things do not really encourages you to read the book, I don't know what would, because this book is amazing. This is a 150 pages book, a small book, but this book is beautiful. I absolutely love this one. And then let's talk about the very famous Alchemist. Okay, first thing, I read this in a one go. I do not really have the patience to read a book in one go. I can't even watch a movie in one go. So that's how I did this in one go, and you must know what a big commitment it is. So This book is amazing and there are lots and lots and lots of reviews. I am not going to add one, I'm just going to suggest you go, or I will push you to take it. And next we will talk about another book, which is Zahir. Yes, this is a book about a writer whose wife left him and he began searching. Here, no witch, no nothing, there is a man who loves his wife, who might have failed lots of time. Yes, he has failed. Wife has left. Now he went to search for her. And through the journey, he knows more about his wife. He knows more about his relationship when he went for searching. This book is another beautiful book, and I would suggest this book to each of you. And I haven't read really any other books by Paulo Coelho, but I'm dying to read. I have on my TBR pile 11 minutes, and that has been an amazing book. I have read so many reviews about it. I have watched so many videos on it, so I will be reading that very soon. Then there are many more books on my TBR list that I have to first buy and read about Paulo Coelho, but I am going to read each of them. If you have any book suggestion about Paulo Coelho books, feel free and write it in the comment box and let me know. If you have read any of the 5 or 6 books that I have said about, if I have read them, let me know and we can discuss about it together. I will link my Instagram handle so that you can DM me and we can talk about book and be the book buddies we can be. So don't forget to subscribe, like and comment. Until then, bye bye.